right, hello, and welcome to the channel. We are going to go over the comments section of last week. It is truly one of my favorite things to do in the week, is just to read the YouTube comments. Love to see what's on people's minds, whether it be based and true in fact and glorious, or rather unhinged and terrible. Either way, it makes me very happy. So today we're going to talk about the comments that I found the most interesting and go from there. If you guys want to be in this video, you just gotta leave a comment on a YouTube video. You might get in. You just might. You never know. We start here with Mr. Canadian Michael. Today I learned Jessamon GX can evo over any level 6 Royal Knight. Thanks. You're welcome. That is what I'm here for. I am all about the education. Yeah, it's true. We got Fabian Greener 9424. Hey Mario, what about Blinding Ray? Does it fit into the deck or is it completely unnecessary? So, it's been no secret to anyone, like, in my Twitch audience particularly. I've been trying to work on Kantaurismon basically since, like, 2 weeks after BT13 came out. So it's been a very long time. I've tried deck list after deck list after deck list. After theory, after theory, after theory. Tech choice, card choice, combo strategies, you name it. I've tried everything for this deck. Just how I landed on where I am. By the way, chat, and YouTube too, something important to know. I don't think people take me seriously half the time when I say this, so I'm gonna just say it again and hope that people learn. I don't just upload deck profiles. I don't make a deck. I don't make a pile of cards, shuffle it around, do some test hands, maybe play a couple games. Oh, it works, cool, and then upload to YouTube. I don't believe in that. I believe if you guys are watching my YouTube, it should be something that you get value of, because I'm asking you to spend your time watching me. And maybe you're multitasking too, and that's fine, but you're choosing to spend your time here when you could be choosing to do literally anything else. So I want to make sure that the product you get is worth it. Whether that be a market watch or a video like this where I'm just talking to the camera and I make funny jokes, haha, and incisive commentary. And then sometimes with the deck profile, I really wanted to shine. I really wanted to be something that y'all can use and know that it's been tested, tried, and true. So anyway, going back to the Blinding Ray comment. Tried it. It's a brick. It's unnecessary. You don't need it. There's other ways to trash your security, like with your big boss monster Kantaurismon. And you don't need the 2 memory. You really don't. No. Ever since I've been on the current iteration of the deck that made to YouTube, I haven't needed a Blinding Ray. I haven't been like, damn, if only I had a Blinding Ray. So, there you go. There's that. Shadow Keel 13. Thoughts on running one of the old Kantaurismon? That's also something I tried. It doesn't do anything. I think old Kantaurismon has gone the way of the dodo bird. Extinct, unusable, completely unnecessary to society. It's just not a good thing. It just doesn't do anything. Doesn't help your strategy at all. It's fine. Not a big deal. Alright, the Crispy. Honestly, this might be a set with the most reasonable pre-sales so far that are actually showing how accessible and affordable the Digimon TCG is. You see, I love this comment because maybe it's true. And he's technically right. This set has the best pre-sale prices, technically, we've ever seen. Now, the guy who replied to the comment said, or might be showing how the game is dying. You could view from my perspective, but I do prefer it to be more affordable and accessible. Digimon is not dying. It's fine. Trust me. You'll know if the game is dying, but we're not there yet. We got Lasla File TCG. Lasla? I don't know. I still believe BT14 will sell really well. I know your focus is in Canada, US, but things like RBO1 was a really well-received set in Latin America, because over there is way harder to find a product. So they ended up opening tons of RBO1, both new and old players, selling well over asking price TCG player. Same thing will happen with BT14 with all the goodies included. It honestly has a lot of good value for new players, and that is really healthy for the community overall. I don't disagree with this. Especially with people not in North America, you guys are actually going to get some BT14 regionals. Now, since I made my video, one was announced. We'll get to that later. But, there is just less competitive impact from this set than we've seen in a major set. It's just a true fact, right? Unless Bandai wants to throw more regionals our way, which doesn't look that they are, because they already promoted their calendar thing for tournament scheduling on their social media. And the next thing after the new regionals in California is the nationals in California. So I don't think that it will be the most well received in terms of single prices. But that could be an interesting thing, like a BT8 set. Remember BT8? Remember how no one opened a lot of BT8 because the secrets were garbage? It's not like a set where it had a lottery card to carry it or good secrets to carry it. You know, you had to open a case maybe to get a place out of a secret or whatever. Nothing like that. So BT8 was a set where the supers were exceptionally expensive just because of how little the product was being opened. I remember that very distinctly, and you could see the numbers. You could see it. I remember seeing it. We had content like this on the channel that came out. It might pull a BT8. I don't think it will. I think that was different. Yeah, that's all I got on that. I believe you though that the set will sell. And don't forget, I had this rant on my other video with RBO1 when I was talking about it. Or maybe it was on Twitch, I don't remember. But the distributors already gave Bandai their order. Bandai is already making the product. You see, when stores talk to distributors and say, I want to pre-order X amount, and then those distributors talk to Bandai and said, okay, I got all my orders. I need to order XXX of BT14. This was long before we knew what events BT14 would have. I think we worked on the assumption that BT14 would have events. So Bandai's already, once again, laughing. They're already selling the product. It's already done. Bandai's having a good Christmas. We are not, but that's okay. Not really a huge deal, just a thing. And this comment's very insightful. Night Huntress Shadow. I think TCG player might just have the wrong listings, images for Ace alternate listings. I say this because I don't see two different listings for the alt lotto yet, like we have for the burst modes in this set. That might be true. I don't really know. Haven't really looked into it, but I believe it. It's definitely something that could be true. All right. Ammo Pasada 4427. The real toxic side effect of the digital world is waiting for Diaboromon support. Actually true. I think it's a winning fact that the Diaboromon Ace is coming in BT14, basically. Little breath of fresh air. Not enough to like change the deck or anything, but it's cool. It's nice. Whatever. Tesmic. I see Mario's point about the ban list. My biggest issue is that it makes less authentic. I'll try this again. My biggest issue is that it makes me less enthusiastic about buying boxes when something I build might get hit before I get to play it. I think that happened with like BT10, right? We people went out of their way to get cross-heart, like order this singles TCG player or whatever. And then by the time the orders arrived and everyone had their X4s, 2 weeks later, ban list hit. It was like, hey, by the way, haha, it's that one. Definitely could be a thing. I'm not denying that. But yeah, I understand the point to be conservative now on buying cards, because you never know. But now that the ban list is done and over with, you're basically safe to go in however you want. Megadron. I don't agree with your separate metas without separate ban list. You mentioned OCG versus TCG in Yu-Gi-Oh! The thing is that OCG has its own ban list. I know. That's why I said what I said. The thing is OCG has its own ban list. Granted, a lot of cards overlap between both ban lists, but there are still cards that are banned over here that are limited here. If Bandai wants to keep the metas separate, they should make separate ban lists. I don't think this guy knows what he's talking about. He's kind of circular. You know, circular? So, I'll reiterate my point. It would be a cool idea for Bandai to have a separate list in Japan than we do here. Because it will cause a differing meta. It just will. You know, don't forget that Japan has cards before we do. They had training boosts long before their BT14, for example. They have the Examon promo. They have the fucking Galactamon promo. We don't know when we're getting those. So Bandai just builds Japan differently than the rest of the world. It's already separate metas, and I think ban lists make it healthy, you know. And I like it. You know, there's a certain amount of copy paste you can do between Japan and North America, but when they throw a ban list wrench in there, it does change it up a little bit. So we are heading into a little bit of uncertainty for North America anyway. Now, will Melga still be fine? Yeah, it really will be. Like, there's no problem for those of you that are complaining that Melga's dead. It's not. Yeah, that's all I gotta say on that comment. I don't know if I completely missed this guy's point or not, but yeah. There you go. Yep. Angelo Calero 5416. Heads up, Core TCG is doing an in-person regional in Los Angeles on December 16th. Registration opens on the 29th. This will be a super competitive event and will be for BT14 format. I hope you attend, folks. Okay. I have several points I want to make on this. First of all, everyone in the comments was like, oh, Mario, you missed one. See, you notice over here, when I do a video like the video I did, I usually have the full screen record so you can see the clock. This is intentional. This is so that you can see the timestamp of when the video is made, basically. So right now you know that I'm recording this comment video that will go live on November 1st, October 29th at 1:22 p.m. my time. You know that I'm doing that. That's intentional by design, in case something happens. That was a case that happened in this video. I recorded my video complaining about no events before there was an event. And you guys can check the timestamps and not be stupid idiots about it. So anyway, that's one point. The next point I want to address, is that on December 16th, there's a Los Angeles, California event. When a month later, there's going to be another California event. Nationals will be more competitive because everyone will make the trip to California for that. Not everyone will make the trip to California for regionals. If you live around there or a neighboring state or two or three or whatever, sure, you might have a reason to go over there, get some BT14 in your system, call it a day. But no, this event will not fill up. It will not be as competitive as other regionals. I understand that California has good players, but so does the rest of North America. I don't know. I think this regional is being overhyped. I don't think it'll be a good example of stuff and things. And super competitive is a very loose term, because how competitive is Digimon right now anyway? When you can like War Greymon for 5 checks and Blitz for game. You know what I mean? That's potentially BT14. It's really, really, really unfortunate. So I do believe that the competitive players in that area or near that area will attend, and it'll be a competitive event for those people. Will it be as competitive as the regionals? No. Don't forget, and I hate to use this example because people are going to take it out of context. Online events have the ability to attract everyone because you don't have to travel, right? I think online events have the potential of being the most competitive because people aren't restricted by travel or anything like that. You can make an argument that the in-person ones are super competitive as well, because if you're traveling, it's got to be because you're hungry, right? No, that's not the case. You know, some people might travel to in-person regionals because they just want to go on a trip or, you know, hang out with their friends. And in some cases, yeah, super sweaty, competitive, whatever. But is there a super huge reason to be super sweaty competitive in a Digimon regional when the mass payout is a 2-round buy and some prize cards? I don't know. I don't think so. Seongs. Bandai wants NA to be as unprepared for nationals as possible. Maybe. But, like, anyone can play test. Anywhere. It doesn't really matter. I don't think that's a thing. The main thing I'm trying to figure out how the singles pricing is going to shake out for BT14, especially for trading cards. And this set is going to sell well in terms of boxes, as people are incentivized to purchase 4 boxes for place of trading cards. So prices should be low. But people will be holding on to their tradings, so they'll probably be priced high compared to the rest of the set. The set also isn't as competitive via EX5. Will be lower for multiple reasons, so the demand will be lower. Because of these dynamics, I think a person with a smaller budget like myself, who wouldn't normally purchase 4 boxes, is going to have a more difficult time breaking even. Very in-depth analysis about the price market. And we won't know until we know, honestly. But people might just buy 4 boxes to keep their training boost and call it a day. Like, they straight up could do it. I know people that are doing that. They're buying 3 or 4 boxes to get 3 or 4 training boosts, and that's what they're doing. Will the singles be expensive? I don't think they really will be. I think that when the set comes out and all the stores do their massive case box breaks and whatever, trainings will be reasonably priced. They might go up after that, like with the memory boosts. Remember how the memory boosts originally came in the Gallantmon and all 4 starter decks, and they were really cheap at first, but then when the product went away, they went up in price? You guys remember that? I think it's going to be the same thing. That's my opinion on that. Happy XCI 4925. There's probably not an immediate regional, so players can get used to playing the ace cards. This is the biggest new mechanic out of the game ever. Having that interaction on the opponent's turn can be big and needs time for a game that doesn't already have it baked in. Or it's because their briefing set being pushed back, so Bandai having to make schedule changes in the back half of the year. I agree with this guy's second point. I don't agree with the first point because they gave us the ace starter decks and the aces in the BT13, the Melga and the Wargrave. Not a big sample size, obviously, but big enough so that matters. I do think the reprint set had a ripple effect for sure, though. I do agree with that 100%. Not going to hear me deny that. Noah says, I guess to get our practice for nationals, we'll have to do some creator-driven Digimon tourneys. Mario, you know anyone who does Digimon tourneys once or twice a week, and where to find them? The troll and the joke here is that I do that on my Discord every Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you're watching this on Wednesday, know that I'm holding a BT14 proxy tournament today in my Discord at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live streaming on Twitch, so you should watch me there. It's a good time to practice. And in December, we'll be starting EX5 proxy meta for nationals testing. So just, look at calendars. The last comment today goes to Walker Sikorowski, 69-24. Funny enough, Death X usually doesn't pop a body on play either against Blue Hybrid. You just get the Tamers back. Yeah, there are people that were like saying, oh, Death X is really good against Blue Hybrid. And I'm just here like, yes, please. Please play your Death X so I can get my memory with my Sorajos. Please. Anyway. Yeah, that's all I want to say on that. And that's it for today's comment section review. A little bit longer than usual, but some really incisive comments here. Or some really good stuff. I love to see it. Alright guys, have a good one. See you later. Goodbye.